Okay, I got what I was missing. Excuse my cat's tail, he's here. So, we have a haul and a little trip report. Whew, today is very busy. I just came from an interview and I have another one in like 2 hours. So, I'm all glammed out. My necklace is not where it should be. It's okay. Whew. Let's start the haul. As you can see in the background, I have a big reusable bag from Magic Kingdom that's all full of goodies. Oh, it's full of lots of goodies, and some things are not in the bag because they're a little big. So the bag itself I got at the Emporium, and it was $2.50, $2.50, $3? $2.50 I think. And so far it's just been holding my souvenirs. I always buy reusable bags and then I like don't end up using them. So they're cute and they're a trap that I always fall into. So maybe I'll start using them more frequently. Let's reach inside our goodie bag and oh, it's a mug. Wow. I got this mug for my mom and it has a bunch of different places at parks. Like there's Tower, that's something. There's the castle, there's Space Mountain, there's a monorail, there's Epcot, there's Soarin'. There's some buildings right here that are not in focus. It's probably Harambe Marketplace. There's Everest, there's the Tree of Life, there's the Safari. On the inside it says Walt Disney World and it's nice and blue. It's very cute. And my mom liked it, so yay. Next up, when I reach into my bag of goodies, oh, that wasn't what I wanted. Oh, I have this, which is wrinkly and has cat hair on it. Oh, there's Spice blocking the camera. Spice, can you get out of the way? Excuse me, be careful. I have this, a Spirit jersey. I got the Halloween Spirit jersey. It has the little D with the pumpkin in it. It's candy corn colors, it's sparkly. Has Walt Disney World on it. I got it in the biggest size because I always get Spirit jerseys in the biggest size. I feel like if you're gonna get a Spirit jersey, like you want a big one so you're like super comfy. It's not like the most flattering. I could size down probably twice, but I like to be cozy. It's like almost a dress. It's so sparkly, it's really comfortable. It's covered in cat hair because I've worn it lots and I haven't washed it recently enough. Oops. I'm sure it's fine. Let's grab a big thing. Oh, this isn't in the bag, but it's Olaf. I love and cherish my Olaf Pillow Pet. I got this from my cat Tiny Boy, and Tiny Boy hasn't really been enjoying Olaf to the full potential, but the other cats have been. They've been using Olaf as a little bed and it's been very cute, and if I remember I'll put a picture in if I have a good one. It might show my room being dirty and yeah. But yeah, I love and cherish my Olaf. He's kind of scary looking, but like this is the one thing I came into the park, like if I was gonna buy nothing else it had to be the Olaf Pillow Pet. I don't even really like Frozen. I mean, it was fine. I'm excited for Frozen 2. It looks interesting. But yeah, Olaf is probably my favorite character in Frozen, but Frozen is definitely not my favorite movie. Tangled Forever, y'all. Also Moana. But you know, had to get Olaf for Tiny Boy. But Olaf is loved by everyone else, so he's doing okay. Let's grab a small thing. What can I grab? What's in here? Oh, this has a fun story behind it. So it was my birthday. I was, we were about to go to Animal Kingdom. We had like a couple minutes and I had to run down to the gift store to get birthday tampons. So I had a funny conversation at the register about how this was the birthday present I was getting this year. So that was fun. And you know, for Disney, they weren't that like expensive. I think it was like $6 or $7 for the box. So like, that's pretty fair. If you gotta get tampons or maybe pads, I don't remember the price of the pads, but if you gotta get tampons at Disney, it's not gonna break the bank any worse than anywhere else would. That was a weird bird. I don't know if my camera picked that up. Anyway, let's get the next surprise out. I love this. This is probably my favorite thing that I bought, and it's already dirty somehow. I think probably because the cats have been getting in the bag. But this is the Animal Kingdom Windbreaker that has the hidden Mickey on him. I love this so much. Like, this is probably the ugliest thing you could have gotten at Disney. Like, there's so many clashing patterns, and there's the ugly Mickey. I say he's ugly, I do love him. Don't mistake it, I do love this. This is probably my favorite thing I bought. It says on the sleeve, oh wow, that's really dirty. It says, "You are most beautiful." I feel most beautiful when I look at this, and I can hold it in my arms. And I haven't been anywhere where it's raining, and also I live in Florida, so it's still like 90 degrees. It's too hot to wear this, but I'm excited for the day I can wear this. I love and cherish it. What else is in my bag? There's not a lot left. Oh, this was in the vlog. Yeah. Good old Bone Daddy. I haven't seen all of Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, I've seen maybe half of it. Do they refer to Jack as Bone Daddy at any point? Why is he the Bone Daddy? Has he fathered the bones? All of them? I don't get it. I don't know why Disney would put something like this on their clothing unless it had to do something with the movie. I don't know, but I had to own it because it says Bone Daddy. And I'm a bad person. What can you do? I just really love Bone Daddy. I cherish this hat. And like I said, it's 90 degrees, but I'm excited for the day I can wear my Bone Daddy hat and look like a fool. Okay, there's a bunch of bags in here. Oh, there's my sunglasses I was looking for. That's nice. I didn't buy those at Disney. I just have them in there. This has something in it. Oh, okay. This has a Kyber crystal in it. Hello? It's upside down. Maybe? No. It's a Kyber crystal. This is the yellow one, though inside the case, if I can get it open. How does it go? Hang on, I gotta read the thing. I don't know how it opens anymore. Does it twist? It's like really stuck on there, guys. Am I doing the wrong side? Hello? This shouldn't be so hard. But my purple one is in here. The Kyber crystals are $15. I wanted to get a yellow one because you grow extra, and I wanted to have a lightsaber like my OC. So what can you do? I spend $15 extra after you've already spent a whopping 200 galactic credits. We have fun here. We don't know how to say words, but you spend your 200 galactic credits on your lightsaber with your fancy carrying case, and then you buy another color because they didn't have that one at the fancy ceremony. Let's whip this sucker out so we can get a nice close look at it. It is very heavy still. I'm always surprised when I pick up this thing. I know it's heavy, but it's always heavier than I think it's gonna be. Can you focus on this? Hello? Oh, there it is. I have my tooth at the end, and it has like some holes so it can have like sounds come out. This thing is very loud. Hello? Okay, it's not gonna focus. That's fine. It's got some cool details, like some, I guess this would be like bone. It's got metal, wood, metal. I like the swirly accents. I like that it has a point here and you can light it up and my cats can get scared. And it makes lots of sounds. Sometimes it reacts when you hit things. There it goes. Gotta hit pretty hard. But yeah, this thing is super loud. It's cool. I don't love how the yellow looks. Like, I was really excited to have yellow, but I hadn't looked at what the light actually looks like. And as you can see, it's a little bit highlighter. So that's not really the color yellow that I was into, but it's now the color yellow that I have. So I'm not mad about it, but it is something to keep in mind. If you're gonna buy a different color crystal, maybe check out a video of what it's gonna look like first, so you don't buy something that you don't really want. Oh, I'm gonna move the camera a little bit because the cat is laying against it. But yeah, I do love my lightsaber. It's basically been sitting in my closet, and like I've shown it to a friend or two. But yeah, it is living in my closet currently. I need to get like a thing to hold it up, so it's like, oh, very cool. But it is very impressive, and I definitely don't regret it. Like, I'm talking about it like, oh, my lightsaber, but I really loved the experience. It was so cool, and it was just such a like unique thing. Like, there at theme parks, there's always like a build your own, make your custom bracelet, whatever it is. But doing the lightsaber and like the ceremony and like the performance involved was just like really cool. So I don't know if I would do it again because I already have one, and it's already like my perfect lightsaber, exactly what I wanted. But like, I could see doing it again if my style changed and like, ooh, I want to be a bad girl now, I'm gonna get my Sith lightsaber. Like if Rey ends up being spooky evil Rey in the new movie, then maybe I'll have to go get a Sith one. I don't know. We'll see how it happens. So yeah, I'm gonna put this up, I'm gonna pause my video, and I'm gonna collect myself so I can give you a proper trip report. Alright, I've cleared up my area a little bit, and now it's time for the trip report portion of my video. So, as we saw in the vlog, I got up at like 3 in the morning and I drove straight on to Disney, and I went to the hotel really briefly and then went straight into Hollywood Studios. And I was there for a long time. It was an unnecessarily long time that I was in Hollywood Studios, and I absolutely would maybe do it again. I was gonna say, no way, my feet hurt so bad after that, but I know myself. So I did like every ride, like every ride, and I only missed the Beauty and the Beast stage show. I did not see that. There was not a good time that worked out for me, and I didn't get to see the Cars, whatever it is, because it's Cars and it's for children. I was not into that, so I did not go to those. And you know, I did it all within like 2 or 3 hours, and I know that that's not going to be possible now because of the extra magic hours that were there when I went in September. I don't know if they're going to do that again at any point. If they do, I would definitely recommend going bright and early, 6 a.m. It's still dark. It's basically like being there at night. You get to go and see everything all lit up, and then the sun comes up, and then you're really tired and go back to your hotel because you've done everything in 2 hours. But the crowds levels were super low. It didn't really get crowded like ever. Like, it was really easy to navigate. I was never like stuck anywhere, and I didn't wait long for anything. The only thing I waited for was basically Smuggler's Run, and I really didn't wait long for that. So I think the crowds might increase by the time that we have Runaway Train, whatever it is, and I'm blanking, the new Star Wars ride, whatever it is. I can't remember what it's called. I promise I do know. I'm just blanking because my head is all over the place. But yeah, if you ever get the opportunity to go in that early without having to like pay for the early morning magic or whatever it is, definitely do it, because you can do so much early in the morning. And for like that, I would do again easily. I don't mind waking up super early and then like doing a bunch of rides and then going back to sleep until fireworks. Like that would be ideal, but because I was waiting for the hotel room and because I was waiting for Amber, I really overdid it. So I wouldn't, and I would have to stand around waiting for shows. I kept walking around different places looking at things when really I probably should have just been sitting more often, because by the time that Amber got there, my feet were already hurting. I really probably also should have brought my flip-flops with me so I could have swapped shoes in the middle of the day when my feet were starting to hurt so that I could give them a break from that shoe. But yeah, I really overdid it on the first day, which kind of, like, I wouldn't say it messed up my trip, but it definitely was like one of the only issues that I had, was that I overdid it that first day, and so for the rest of the days my feet were just sore. And it would be okay in the mornings, and then about 3 or 4 o'clock it would just be like unbearable. Just like, I need to sit, I need to relax for a minute. Like anytime we got an opportunity to go sit down at like a show or like a bench, I was like, thank you. It was really painful. And so it also might be that my shoes are just kind of worn out and I should replace the inserts, because I do have really high arches. So if I walk a lot in unsupportive shoes, my feet do start hurting. So that might have been the issue. It might have just been a combination of I didn't get to swap shoes and just walking around so much. But it definitely by any means did not ruin the trip. It didn't mess up the trip really. Like my previous trip, I was sick for several days. That messed up the trip. It didn't ruin it, it messed it up. So I didn't get to do everything that I wanted to do, but this trip I definitely did everything that I wanted to do. So I was not letting my feet get the best of me. And the first day was really not an issue. Like we went back to the hotel. We didn't get to like check in for a while. There was, I guess, an issue with when I checked in, and it probably related to why I couldn't check in online. So we did get into the room, but it was probably around 5 that we actually were able to get in the room, and we had to go to the front desk and have them sort it out. She was on the phone for a long time, the cast member, but she was really nice about it, so it was okay. We had dinner there, and then we went back to the park, and then we came back and we saw the fireworks from the room. Like, the room was so great. I never want to stay anywhere else. I just really want to stay in the tower every single time. It's so amazing. It's beautiful. The food is good. The dog is gonna start screaming. That's fun. I mean, I might not get to stay in the tower in the trip that I'm like tentatively planning right now. Oops, I'm always planning now. Isn't that fun? But I love the tower and it is the best. So if you ever get the opportunity to stay at Grand Destino, absolutely do it and request a high floor. Dogs. Day 2 was Magic Kingdom and Not So Scary, and we knew that this was going to be a long day. And because of how our fast passes were, we didn't really get the kind of break that I was looking for. I guess somebody's walking by because Maple is pissed. I really wanted a longer break in between us being in the park and then the Halloween party. But we really only got about an hour break in the room where we got dressed and we sat down for a little bit and then went back to the park. And that definitely was not the best because by then my feet were just hurting so bad, and we only really stayed in Tomorrowland for the party until the fireworks and all the shows. It definitely wasn't like, again, this didn't mess up the trip by any means. I would have liked to do more things, but I was happy with what I did do. Like I did Space Mountain with no lights and that was amazing, and I want to do that every single time. It was so scary, and we just kept going through Laugh Floor for our treats. So there's 2 stations there and you can just loop through a million times, and they're just like, hey. So we got a lot of candy. Like, we filled up our bag after just a few laps, and we got on the People Mover, which is the best, and we saw the stage show, which was amazing. Like, I thought I would probably just like sit on the ground and not really watch the stage show, but man, I love Hocus Pocus. So I was really excited, and like, I didn't think I was gonna really like the show because I never really liked the stage shows, but man, it was so fun. So yeah, and then Booty You came through, which was like, ugh. That's the one I should have been sitting for, so that I could stand for the fireworks. I mean, I did stand, but it would have been less painful. But I think I said it in the vlog, parades are not my thing. Shows and parades usually are not what I go to theme parks for. I'm there for rides, or in Disney's case, I really like the fireworks, so I'm there for those kind of things. And so like shows and parades, if the show is not like a place where I have a dedicated seat, I probably am not going to be there. But as I said, the show was awesome. The parade was, it was a parade. I saw lots of characters, and it was probably great for the people who are into that. And it was okay to do once. It was kind of like Rivers of Light, where like, okay, I saw it and I don't have to see it again. Cool. The fireworks were good. They weren't like happily ever after. I mean, it was very like spooky Halloween themed, which was fine. I love Halloween theming. Nightmare Before Christmas stuff I don't care about, but spooky Halloween theming and fireworks, so I had a good time. And then we went home, and gosh, I really crashed. After those first 2 days, I feel like I've never slept that good in my whole life. Like, I got in the bed and was like dead asleep. And the beds were so comfy, oh my gosh. After being on your feet for like 14 hours, it feels really good to go to sleep. All right, day 3. This was a day of fun first, where I got to go to Typhoon Lagoon and wait really long for buses. This was the only problem I had with the hotel, is that, gosh, it took a while for buses. I feel like it didn't wait that long for Art of Animation, except for the first night. But no, was it the first night? Yeah, the first night at Magic Kingdom. But that's because the crowd was so crazy that night. But the whole time we were here in September, the crowd levels were fine. There was no crowding. It was really incredible. Most rides, except for Epcot. Epcot was pretty crowded, but Epcot is a construction zone. And there's a festival, so like, what can you do? I was prepared for it and it was fine. But day 3, Typhoon Lagoon. We waited forever for the bus. We finally got on the bus, which was one of the fancy new ones, so that was fun. I really like the new buses with the USB plugs. I didn't use the USB plugs while I was on there, but I was glad that they were there just in case. It was really thoughtful. And when we got to Typhoon Lagoon, Allie and AJ was playing, so I was like freaking hyped. Like, it's my birthday, potential breakup song is on, like, heck yeah. And so we went on all the rides there, except for the wave pool, because wave pools are just always crowded and like not fun. So I didn't go in the wave pool. I'm not sad about it. The first ride we did was Misadventure Falls with Captain Mary, and you know how much we love to do Mary. So we rode that twice, and that was the only thing that we did twice, other than the what's it called? Lazy River, but that was like a transportation thing. Mary was just for the joy of it. That was such a fun ride. Like, everything we did was fun except for the body slides, which I would not do again. Maybe if I wasn't so big, it wouldn't be so painful. I don't know. If you've been to Typhoon Lagoon, are the body slides painful for you? Let me know. I didn't like those body slides, but I did love every other slide. They were all great, except for the raft thing. The raft thing was kind of disappointing. All the raft things I went on at Disney were disappointing. That's a shame, Disney. Get it together. But Mary was the best. The water coasters were awesome. The other slides were fun. The body slide gave me a really bad wedgie and it hurt, so not fun, and lazy rivers are awesome and everybody knows that. Even if they're crowded, it doesn't matter. You're just sitting in a tube for like 20 minutes. You can't go wrong there. I would recommend water shoes because God, the ground there really hurts. I don't know if it was just because my feet were already sore or if the ground was just like walking through purgatory. Just like, I don't know if this step is gonna hurt. Is this one gonna be okay? Oh, there's a weird hole here. Ow, that actually really hurt. It was just not great. So water shoes, definitely. We went back to the hotel after Typhoon Lagoon. I think we were there for maybe 2 or 3 hours. And we did everything. The only thing we had to wait for was the rafts, and it took maybe 15 minutes, so it wasn't bad by any means. We got back. This was like the longest the longest break we had. And we got lunch. We watched Ratatouille. Yeah, Ratatouille. Showered, got all dressed. This is actually what I was wearing on my birthday. This is my favorite dress, so like I'm rocking it all the time. And we went to Animal Kingdom, where we didn't do a whole lot, but we did have fun. We went and did the safari, which I haven't posted that video yet. I will post it today because it is edited. It's just waiting to get posted, and I've been busy the past few days. But that's gotta get posted. The safari was amazing. We got stopped for maybe like 20 minutes because there were a bunch of rhinos in the road ahead of us just like hanging out. They weren't in front of our car, but like 2 cars ahead, I believe. She said that there were a bunch of rhinos. And so we did see those rhinos as we passed by, and they were just slightly off to the side. So maybe somebody, wow, I can't talk. Maybe somebody came in and like nudged them off the road. I don't know how you nudge a rhino, but hey, they did it. They got off the road and we got to continue. We saw lions, so I was really excited. We saw 3 and they were sleeping up on the rocks. They were so cute. There were so many cool things about that safari, just like so many animals. I got to see the cows that I really liked, but I didn't get any good footage of them for the vlog, so they weren't in there. But you know the cows with like the huge, thick, pointy horns? I love those dudes. They're very cool. After the safari, we booked it over to Flight of Passage. We had a little bit of time on our hands, so we saw the Navi drumming thing. And that was fun. I always like to scream, so we did scream. I don't know if I put it in the vlog. I don't think I did, because I think I only filmed 1 clip of it and they were just drumming. And I didn't think I really needed any more B-roll. Maybe I did. I don't know. Let me know if you want to see Navi drumming clips. We did Flight of Passage, and always Flight of Passage is amazing, and I was so lucky to get a fast pass for it because I came several hours late to pick my fast passes. Like when the window opened, I accidentally slept in and I missed the like 7 a.m. where all of them are there and available. So it was lucky that it worked out the way it did, that we got a fast pass. So I was really excited for that. We had a pass for something. Oh, the river rapids. That was the first thing we did. I don't remember it because it was so disappointing. That's all I have to say about it. The rapids were disappointing. I don't know why this camera cuts out at 17 minutes, but it does. Anyway, Flight of Passage is always amazing. Do Flight of Passage if you get the chance. I would even say wait 1.5 hours for it. I don't know if I would wait longer than that, but 1.5 hours, that's pretty fair. I would do that. I don't even think the waits were 1.5 hours when we were there. It was such a weird low crowd season. So like September, it was breezy, it was in the 80s, low crowds. Go in September, I guess. Yeah, and then we saw Rivers of Light. No. Then I went on Everest, which was amazing, and I love Expedition Everest. Everest is the best. Everything is the best. I love Disney rides. They're all really good. After Everest. After Everest is when we saw Rivers of Light, which I keep thinking about it and I'm still not sure what was wrong with it. Like, it's not a bad show, but it's the least good of the nighttime shows, and I would absolutely skip it. I don't think it's worth watching even once. It's just really not. Like, if you get a glimpse of it as you're walking by, that's good enough. I would skip it. I would not see it again. They could change it up, and it would need to be probably just like completely reconceptualized for me to want to go see it, because we went back to the hotel. We saw some of the fireworks from the bus for the Star Wars fireworks as we were coming back, so we didn't get to see them from the room. Unfortunately, we didn't get there fast enough, so we only did get to see fireworks once from the room, but it was awesome. And I'm gonna keep talking about those fireworks forever with the Star Wars air horns. Oh my god, it was perfect. I apologize if you can hear the dog crying in the background. He does that. It's my mom's dog. I can't do anything about it. He cries when she's not here. What else? Oh, day 4. We're on the last day. That's so sad. That was just an Epcot and Disney Springs day. So none of these days we woke up for rope drop. We didn't really get there until probably 9 something. Probably not until 9:30. And the first thing we did was go over to the Frozen ride. We were going to initially go to Soarin' first, but Soarin' had a 50-minute wait time, and I was like, Soarin' fluctuates and Frozen is usually stuck at 45 these days, so we went to Frozen. And we waited a really long time and my feet were really sore, but we did BuzzFeed quizzes, so the wait didn't go by slowly. We were busy doing stuff, so it was okay. After that, we did Test Track, which was fun. It's the fastest ride at Disney. I liked the part where you get to design your car. We named our car Petunia, and she won first place out of our group, so I was very proud because she was very ugly. So Petunia kicked booty, and I was very proud of her. After that, I believe we went over to Soarin'. Yeah, we went over to Soarin'. And I'm forgetting a fast pass somewhere. Oh, Living with the Land. We did that first. I love Living with the Land. We actually had to wait a little bit for Living with the Land because there had been an issue. I don't know what had happened, but the boats were all backed up and nobody was loading. They were like recycling them through, or something happened. I don't know. But we ended up waiting a little bit, probably 10 minutes to get on a boat, which is fine. I would wait 30 minutes to get on Living with the Land because I love plants. It's fun to look at plants and be like, oh, that's in my garden. I can see my garden right over there, out the window in front of me. My pond is over there. It's really overgrown, so I really need to cut it back again. After Living with the Land was Soarin', and we waited probably 25 minutes for Soarin', but Soarin' is an awesome ride, and it's sort of like a must-do when you go to Epcot. Like, Living with the Land and Soarin' are like the rides I have to do. Normally it would be Mission Space, but I didn't want to risk that again. Mission Space, I don't know if that's what outdid me my last trip or if it was just me eating weird stuff. Because this trip, I literally told Amber, don't let me put anything in my mouth except for a chicken nugget or a french fry until we go to Food and Wine. And I did not eat anything except for french fries and chicken nuggets. And then when we went to Food and Wine, I did eat 2 things. I got the steak burger, whatever it was, which was the best burger of my whole life, even though it was a slider that was like this big. I would buy 50 of them and eat them all, and they're amazing, and get that. I also got the bread pudding at Mexico, and it was wonderful. It was very delicious. I only ate about half of it though. Bread pudding is like a really dense, heavy dessert, so like if you've already eaten something, and I don't necessarily eat a ton, like my portions aren't usually that big, so like the burger and then half of the bread pudding, I was good. So I gave Amber the rest of that, and I believe she got a Belgian waffle from the Belgium booth, and she said that was good. It looked pretty good. I love waffles, so If I wasn't getting anything else, or if I was staying longer, I'd probably go back for that. There were a lot of things that I did want to try that I didn't, just because I didn't want to push my stomach. I would love to go back during Food and Wine. I don't know when it ends, and I don't think I can sneak another trip in this year. Maybe during Thanksgiving break. I don't know. I really just want to try more food at Food and Wine. Like, I've already told myself as soon as I'm getting a job, I'm getting an annual pass. So maybe, no, this could work. I go down to Tampa, and then I drive to Epcot one day and then drive back. That could work. And then I can go eat more stuff and not super have to worry about, like, oh no, am I gonna be sick the next day? Oh no, I'm gonna ruin my trip. So I could do that maybe. We'll see. Last thing we did was Spaceship Earth, and honestly, this was my first time doing Spaceship Earth, and the speakers by our ears were like not working. Like, we were leaned all the way back, like with our ears against the thing, and that's the only way you could hear it, and it was still quiet. So we were just kind of like looking at animatronics, and there was no narration, so it was like, cool, this is really boring. I really love history, so like with the narration, I know it would be good and a ride that I would really like, so I'm definitely going to ride it again in the future. I would probably make it a must-do because it's sitting down in air conditioning, so you can't go wrong there. And it has the fun little video at the end. And all the vlogs I see, everybody's like, oh, I want to live in the city. And I was like, no, I don't want to live in the city. Cities smell bad. Every city I've been to, like downtowns, they always smell bad. Like, I'm not into that. I would rather be, you know, like in a suburb. That's just kind of more my speed, or like your options are city or country. And I was like, well, I guess I'd be in the country because I definitely don't want the city. So the video we saw was different than any of the videos that I've seen on YouTube. So that was exciting. Every video I've seen is like they're in the fancy house and they get their clothes on and they go do stuff for a party or something. I don't remember. But this one was like, you're in like a tree house, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I've never seen this. So that was exciting. And we got to see ourselves on the globe when we walked out. So that was nice. And then we left to go back to the hotel and then to Disney Springs. And Disney Springs, we didn't walk around a whole lot just because we didn't want to stay that late. Amber had a longer drive than I had. I only had an hour till Tampa, so it wasn't an issue for me. I could have stayed later if my feet weren't hurting so bad. I was pretty ready to just like get in the car and sit down for a little bit. So we didn't do a whole lot in Disney Springs. We went to the World of Disney, we went to Basin, we ate at Chicken Guy, which was sort of disappointing. I mean, everywhere I eat mac and cheese at Disney is disappointing. I love mac and cheese. It's probably my favorite food. And the best mac and cheese I've ever had comes from the Publix deli, and it is the Gouda mac and cheese, and I get it every time I see it at the deli. I'm not kidding. If I'm going into Publix, the first thing I do is go to the deli and I look and see if they have that mac and cheese, because it is so freaking good. And just nothing compares. Like, every time I have something at Disney, it just tastes like Stouffer's, just like reheated Stouffer's, and I'm like, this is gross. I don't like this. So maybe one day Disney will have a mac and cheese for me that doesn't taste like Stouffer's. We can dream. Overall, the trip was amazing. It's probably the best Disney trip I've ever had. Very little went wrong. It was really fun. We got to do everything we wanted to do. I spent way more than I should have. So you know, when you spend way more than you should have, you had a good Disney trip. And there are things that I really meant to buy, again, that I did not buy. And I'm glad I did. But, you know, I guess when I go back and like, I'm employed this time, ideally I'm employed, so I can buy lots more things. Because yeah, I really shouldn't have spent as much as I did, especially because right before I went, I had to repair the car, and that cost $1,200. And that was like half of my bank account. So did not make a smart choice with my shopping, but it could have been worse, so I'm not mad about it. I have a lot in savings. It's okay. I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna be out of money. It's okay. But yeah, it was an amazing trip and I really am excited to go again. What I'm planning to do is next year, I wanted February, but I don't think I'd be able to get the time off. So probably I'm going to go over spring break in March, which means I will get to go for Flower and Garden, which I've never been to, and that sounds fun. I love flowers, I love gardens. So that sounds awesome. I'm really excited for it. I would like to sneak in one more trip maybe over Thanksgiving break. Like if I went down to Tampa, I would probably have to stay off property, which isn't a huge deal. There are decent hotels around for pretty cheap, so I wouldn't necessarily mind it. I would really just want a place that shuttles to Disney because I really don't want to drive and park myself. That's just not fun. So hopefully I will see you again for another Disney vlog soon, but probably not. What you will see me soon for is to do with this. What could this be? It's obviously a train set, a Christmas themed train set, and I have 5 of them. I've not mentioned it on the channel before, but I am really into Christmas villages. So I have several hundred buildings and tons of little figures and trees and all of that, and I like to build up a landscape and put all my little villages in, my little villagers and their houses and their shops and all of it. So that is really exciting, and that is coming up pretty soon because it's still early October, but in this house we do Christmas pretty early. We literally spent like $300 on Christmas stuff the other day. Not my money, so it's okay. I'm very excited this year. I have a cool plan and I'm excited to share with y'all. This is like a weird video with like general updates and also a Disney haul and also a trip report. We're just getting it all done one shot. We're good. I don't think I have anything else to say. I have an hour before I need to leave for my next interview, so I'm going to probably just hang out and watch some YouTube. So I am excited to see you soon for Christmas stuff, and hopefully we can sneak in a little trip sometime this year. I'm really grateful for you guys watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe, I would appreciate it. Comment if you want to talk to me. Hi, I like talking. And I will see you next time. Bye guys.